The CFPB is under attack. If you have a credit card, a mortgage, a student loan, or a bank account, you need to hear this. The Trump administration and the new director of the CFPB is trying to delete the information at the CFPB offices. I was trying to mind my business. I was trying to have a good weekend, and then my phone starts to blow up again. I'm getting all these notifications. All my friends in the industry are texting me like, Mike, you need to report on this. You need to break this story immediately. This is a huge story because the CFPB's database is very important and vital to your success to make sure that your money is protected. Every single case that has been brought against the CFPB is in danger of being wiped away by the Trump administration. That means every complaint, every piece of proof, every shred of evidence against any dirty bank or corporation is in danger of being deleted. But thank God for the judicial system, because a judge temporarily blocks mass terminations at the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Now, if you're going to keep the CFPB open, why would you fire all of the people working there? That's a great question, right? I mean, if you don't need any more proof that they're trying to gut the CFPB intentionally, I don't know what else to give you. The proof and the writing is clearly on the wall. And of course, this happened on Valentine's Day weekend when I'm out of town and I don't have my equipment, so I had to bring you the story as fast as I possibly could. So in a court order, the judge said CFPB employees for now cannot be fired without cause, and data housed by the independent agency cannot be deleted. Now, why would a judge step in and say, no, you can't delete the data? Because they know that they are attempting to do such things. Now, we're going to read snippets from this news article, and because this is huge breaking news, but I also want to show you something that I found that's going to shock you and give a lot of explanation as to why this is actually happening. So let's read it exactly as it's stated in the article. The court order came in response to a lawsuit by the National Treasury Employees Union and the CFPB Employee Association, among other groups, that sued the agency and its director Russell Vought this week. They asked the judge to declare unlawful and set aside the defendant's actions and intended further actions to dismantle the CFPB. So the rulings by this U.S. judge, Judge Amy Berman Jackson, prevents any mass firings at the agency and prohibits the deletion of agency data. Now, here's the part of this report that a lot of people are not talking about. Defendants shall not terminate any CFPB employee except for cause related to the specific employee's performance or conduct, nor shall defendants issue any notice of reduction in force to any CFPB employee. So if you remember, we talked about it previously, they told them to stop all enforcement and stop all activities, basically ceasing and desisting all lawsuits that were actually pending and in action. This judge clearly said, not today, ho. You're gonna let them do their work. But the judge didn't stop there, because the judge also ordered Vought and the CFPB to not take steps to reduce the amount of money available to the CFPB. Now, the crazy part was they tried to defund it, but it was already funded for the fiscal year, so they couldn't pull the money back, but they are attempting to, and the judge said, nah, you can't do that either, ho. Because as I said earlier, last week, let's read it in the report, it says it clearly in this report. Last week, Vought issued a series of directives to CFPB employees instructing them to cease all supervision and examination activity, cease all stakeholder engagement, and not approve or issue any proposed or final rules or formal or informal guidance, among other directives. CFPB staffers were also instructed this week not to work. So remember, the website is still up and you can still submit an actual claim, but do not, and I repeat, do not submit your information into that system, because you need to clearly read the disclaimer that has been placed on there that is not safe and it does not protect your information. Last part's the most important. Now, it's unfortunate that there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, oh, the CFPB is a scam, they're a fraud, defund them. But you're not doing any research to see all the good that the CFPB has truly done for consumers. Literally putting money back into the households of Americans. There's no other federal agency that has done this much. So let's go over those fun facts. So this list was updated as of December 3rd of 2024. Now, $21 billion amount of monetary compensation, principal reductions, canceled debts, and other consumer relief resulting from CFPB enforcement, 19 billion to be exact, and supervisory, 1.7 billion in work. 205 million plus. So the estimated number of consumers or consumer accounts eligible to receive relief from the CFPB's enforcement and supervisory supervisory work. $5 billion plus civil money penalties imposed by the CFPB on companies and individuals that violate the law. Civil money penalties are deposited into the CFPB's Victim Relief Fund, also known as a civil penalty fund, which provides compensations to consumers who have been harmed by violations of federal consumer finance protection law. $6.1 billion, the estimated amount of consumers will save every year due to recent changes in bank overdraft and non-sufficient fund fees policy. The CFPB's most recent analysis found that the decision of most large banks to eliminate NSF fees will save consumers nearly $2 billion annually. $363 million monetary relief resulting from 39 public enforcement actions that involved harm to service members and veterans, including 6 enforcement actions for violations of the Military Lending Act. 22.8 million, the estimated number of people expected to have had at least one medical collection removed from their credit reports after the 3 nationwide consumer credit reporting agencies announced the removal of medical collections under $500 from consumer credit reports in April of 2023. In March 2022, the CFPB released a report drawing attention to the complicated and burdensome nature of medical billing systems in the United States. There's no reason why medical debt should be on credit reports, and for years, nobody has addressed this until the CFPB did it. 6.8 million plus consumer complaints sent to companies for response, including 4.6 million plus complaints about credit reporting, 83,000 plus complaints about medical debt collection, and 96,000 plus complaints about student loans. 63 million plus, the approximate number of users who have accessed answers to hundreds of common financial questions via the CFPB's Ask the CFPB database. So we ask ourselves, the bigger question is, but why would you want to dismantle the CFPB? This is just chump change, because the amount of money that the CFPB is bringing back in, it pays for itself, and then on top of that, it puts so much more money back into the hands of American households. So, but why attack it? Of course, I went digging for you. I mean, take a look at this chart. This is gonna be mind-blowing to you. The investigation and oversight. Mr. Musk's companies are increasingly facing regulatory battles and overlapping federal investigations from all corners of the government. You got Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X. Look at all the different things that are going on. But look at the cabinet departments, the Transportation Department, Justice, Labor, Interior, Agriculture, then independent agencies, National Labor Relations Board, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the Environmental Protection Agency, Security and Exchange Commissions, the Federal Communications Commission, the Federal Trade Commission. I mean, literally almost every government faction or entity is going after Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X. Does this not show us pretty obvious why they want to get rid of the CFPB, along with the DOJ, the EPA? All of these companies are on the chopping block. They're literally scraping by getting these pennies, while the Tesla company has billions of contracts with the federal government. But nobody's talking about those, right? Those just aren't important. Why would we not want to cut those actual contracts with Tesla? Yeah, isn't that crazy? I just want you to just kind of just sit here and just take a look at that. It's pretty wild. And while all of this is going on, where is Congress? Where are the people that you voted to put into office to stop this madness and stop reducing your protections as a consumer, as an American? Where are they at? They have literally turned into a non-player Congress. They're just gonna sit back and just watch it burn to the ground, I guess. Or is it the fact that us as Americans have allowed Congress to move at a turtle's pace? Everything takes forever. Why is that? Because we as Americans have accepted it as, well, I mean, we just gotta trust the process, right? And now the process is hurting us because we allowed it to go on for far too long. I'm gonna make sure to keep you up to date as to what happens with this case and how it moves along and what the judges do, what they can't do, and can they truly stop the gutting of the CFPB. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered another big breaking story about what's going on with the CFPB and kind of tracking down the money and what's going on. Now make sure that you watch this next video because it is about an AI credit repair software that you may want to learn more about. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.